Welcome back to English from A to Z, English in real life. You know, we're often told that intelligence is something you're just born with. You either have it or you don't. But what if that's just not true? Today, we're going to break down the daily habits that can actually make you smarter, one small, intentional choice at a time. And really, everything boils down to this one question. Every single day, you have this choice. Becoming smarter isn't some genetic lottery, it's a decision you make. It's the difference between just kind of drifting through your day and actively, intentionally choosing to grow. And this right here is the core belief we need to have. Your intelligence is not set in stone. It's dynamic, it's flexible, and yeah, it's just like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. This isn't about becoming a genius overnight. It's all about the incredible power of daily, consistent effort.
So here's our little roadmap, our brain workout for the next few minutes. First, we'll talk about the foundation, how to feed your mind with high-quality info. Then, we'll fire up the engine and sharpen your thinking, turning that info into actual insight. After that, it's all about action, how to strengthen your will to make things happen. And finally, we'll see how your future is truly built, one habit at a time.
Okay, let's dive into our first principle. Feed your mind. I mean, think about it. You can't build a sharp mind on a diet of junk information, right? It all starts with the quality of your mental fuel.
This quote just nails it. Smart people are incredibly selective. They aren't just passively scrolling and letting random bits of information wash over them. No, they actively seek out knowledge that adds real value, stuff that makes them more capable and more insightful.
So how do we actually do this? Well, it's all about building a few simple habits. First, just commit to learning one useful thing every single day. And when you read, give it your full, undivided attention. Don't just skim. Then, pay attention to what people do, not just what they say. And always have a way to capture those new ideas when they pop into your head.
And here's the bottom line, the hard truth. Most of what we consume every day is just background noise. It's static. The ability to intentionally filter through all that noise, well, that's the first and maybe the most critical step to building a stronger mind.
All right, on to our second section. Getting that high-quality input is absolutely crucial, but honestly, it's only half the battle. The real magic happens when you start to sharpen your thinking and turn all that raw information into genuine understanding. You know, one of the most powerful mental shifts you can ever make is simply asking better questions. Think about it. Your brain is kind of like a search engine. A weak question like, "Why me?" is only going to give you frustrating, dead-end answers. But a strong question like, "Okay, what can I learn from this?" forces your brain to search for useful, productive solutions. It's a total game changer.
And it's no exaggeration to say that the quality of your life often just reflects the quality of your questions. Strong questions don't just find answers, they literally build a mindset of growth and resilience and control. They force you to dig deeper.
So the habits for sharpening your thinking are all about active engagement. It means you're constantly asking those stronger questions. It means you're practicing active recall to really lock in what you've learned, not just rereading it. And it means having the guts to look at past decisions and figure out how to improve your future ones.
Let's just focus on this idea of recall for a second. See, just rereading something leaves that information pretty fragile in your mind. But when you actively try to pull it out of your memory, you're doing a mental push-up. That effort, that little bit of struggle, that's what locks information into your long-term memory. It's how facts become real wisdom.
And that brings us perfectly to our third section. Look, you can have the best information and the sharpest thinking skills, but without action, it's all just potential, isn't it? This is where we move from just thinking to actually doing, by strengthening our will.
A huge pillar of this is deep concentration. In a world with a million distractions and notifications pinging us every second, the ability to give your undivided attention to a single, important task
That's a superpower. It's about shutting out the noise and just immersing yourself completely until the job is done.
The habits for building discipline are pretty straightforward, but they are so powerful. First, make it a point to finish one hard task every day. That builds mental toughness. Second, practice that deep concentration we just talked about. And third, and this is so key, don't just collect knowledge. Apply it. That is how knowledge gets upgraded to wisdom.
Remember, knowledge without application is really just trivia. True wisdom comes from doing. And this simple little loop is such a powerful way to practice that every day. Learn something new, figure out one way to apply it today, then go do it. And after, just take a second to reflect on what happened. That's the cycle that turns learning into real-world results. And all of this brings us to our final and, I think, most important idea. Your future isn't built on some grand one-off decision you make. It's forged in the quiet, daily discipline of your small, consistent habits. Just think about the compounding power of this for a second. Learning one useful thing might not feel like a big deal today, but if you do it every single day for a year, you've just armed your mind with 365 new tools, new perspectives, new ideas. That's not small change. That is completely transformative growth. And this is the ultimate takeaway. This is the secret sauce. It's not about waiting for motivation to strike or for the perfect mood. It's about the quiet discipline to choose growth every single day, especially on the days you don't feel like it. That consistency is what builds an extraordinary mind. So, that leaves us with one final question. You've just invested these minutes in learning something new. The knowledge is fresh. So to turn it into actual wisdom, what is the one habit, the one idea, the one action you will take and apply today? The choice, as always, is yours.